This is Jonathan Agger here for Pro Boxing Fans. We're here in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand, just ahead of the press conference ahead of Saturday night, a massive rematch, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. With me, Jay Deas, trainer of Deontay Wilder. How you doing, Jay?
Good, doing great.
Good to hear. Now, Saturday night, it's here, it's on, the rematch. Now, a lot of people are saying Tyson Fury by points, other people are saying Deontay Wilder by knockout. What's your thoughts on it? Obviously, you're going to back your man, but is it straight knockout for Deontay Wilder?
Well, I mean, all I'm after is a victory, and then, you know, however that comes is fine with me. And I know Deontay's going to get the job done Saturday night, so it doesn't matter to me how that happens. The main thing is you've got a puncher who can box, and you got a boxer who can punch. So there's a lot of room in between the classic boxer versus puncher thing that people are talking about. Can Deontay win a decision? Of course he can. You know, so there's a lot of room between those two things. I think it's going to be an exciting fight.
I mean, a lot of the build-up has been based on some comments from Tyson Fury, which he says he will knock out Deontay Wilder in 2 rounds. Have you been preparing for sort of a much heavier Tyson Fury, one that's going to come up and try and get Wilder out there early? Well,
we do what we do, and we're preparing the way we prepare. So the main thing is for us is just to be prepared for whatever Fury tries to do, because he can do several things all in the space of 1 round. He can come forward, he can go backwards, he can go side to side, box lefty, righty. So he can give you so many different looks, and that's one of the things that makes him effective. But we're prepared for all of that. Deontay's had a great camp, he's ready to go, and so I think it's just one of those things where, you know, we're prepared for whatever Fury brings, and Deontay's always outweighed anyway, so that's not an issue.
I mean, going into both men 2 wins in the meantime, Deontay knocking out Luis Ortiz, but in Tyson's last fight he suffered quite a major cut against Otto Wallin. How much does that play a factor in Saturday night?
Well, we'll see. I mean, if the cut opens, it could affect things a lot. We'll see. Apparently it's fine for now. Of course, it hasn't been hit by Deontay Wilder, so we will see. I think the main thing is, you know, we wanted the rematch immediately, and it was Fury that went with ESPN, and then their game plan changed, and so instead of an immediate rematch, it became they wanted 2 fights. So we said, okay, if you guys are going to take 2 fights, we'll take 2 fights. So Deontay fought Brazil and Ortiz. So I don't think there's any doubt that we had the tougher opposition, which I think serves us well. And we fought most recently, which was late November, whereas Fury's last fight was September, and I think that serves us well because Deontay does better the more active he is. So I think given all that, I think it's going to make for a very exciting fight. But I love where we're at right now, and I feel great about it.
Sounding confident. Now, a lot of people also say that Deontay Wilder is the biggest puncher in heavyweight history. Well, in history of boxing. Where do you sort of rank that?
He's got to be up there at the top. I mean, given the level of, and that was always the thing, was he's knocking people out, but everybody was denigrating the opposition. You know, when Mike Tyson was 19-0, he was Kid Dynamite on the cover of Sports Illustrated. When Deontay Wilder was 19-0, everybody was like, why is he fighting these nobodies? Even though Deontay's opponents were statistically right there with even or better than Mike Tyson's at that stage of the career. It's just a difference in generation and social media. But now, given that he's fought guys like Tyson Fury and Dominic Breazeale and Bermane Stiverne and Chris Arreola and Ortiz, and that there's no question anymore, nobody can chalk it up to opponents.
What does Deontay make of some of the comments Tyson makes, you know, saying that he punches, Klitschko punches harder than him? Does he take any of these to heart at all?
No, I mean, I think he thinks it's probably comical and everything, so it's all good. It's whatever. Fury's, he's going to talk, and that's part of the fun, so whatever it is, it is.
I mean, how would you describe Deontay's profile the last few years, obviously, with Tyson Fury bout? You mentioned the fight with Luis Ortiz. How would you sort of describe how it's grown over the last few years?
It's been enormous, and every fight it gets bigger and bigger. The saturation level is increasing every day, where people know who he is, and it's taken a while. You know, we've chipped away at it, but now it's really getting there, and it's been great to see, because Deontay deserves all the accolades that are coming his way for taking on the best, taking on the undefeated, fighting the guys nobody else wants to fight, and doing it on the biggest stages and producing the biggest results. So I think he should get the credit. Friday.
I mean, just not looking obviously too far ahead of Saturday night, but the obvious question is, if he comes through, will you target
there's
that
nothing to talk about other than Saturday. Nothing to talk about other than Saturday night. No other name matters. We got the two biggest heavyweights, undefeated heavyweights, huge championship caliber hearts, and skill, and everything is right here. Everything you could ever want. So I think if you're looking ahead, you're just really missing the moment. It's like being 3 days from Christmas, and you're saying, boy, now let's talk about St. Patrick's Day. Like, it doesn't make any sense to do that. Or Valentine's Day. You've got Christmas right here in front of you. You should really enjoy it, because if you look past something, it's tougher to appreciate it. So this is all about Saturday night and the two guys who want to fight the best, and they want to be the best. And so that's where the attention should be.
And obviously Bob Arum said yesterday this is the biggest fight in 50 years. Where do you sort of rank it in terms of fights you've seen over the years for heavyweights?
It's one of the top fights in history. It's enormous, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Brilliant stuff. Jay Deas, thanks very much for your time, and we'll catch up with you soon.